There you go, there's a nice fawny, everyone. I'll sort this fish out and I'll come back to you and show you it, but look at that. He's absolutely nailed that mackerel bait. How you doing, everyone? Welcome back. Yeah, I know, it's the Bristol channel again. To be honest, I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather, so I've decided to come out locally to me and have another go for a thornback ray. As you've seen last time we were out in this area, I managed a couple of conger eels, but I didn't get my target species, so it's been niggling me. No, it hasn't really. I just know it's a great tide for a thornback ray, maybe a bass, or maybe a conger. You'll be pleased to know, like I try and do now and again, or when I can, is bring out my friends. So I'm very lucky today to be joined by yet another fishing hero of mine, someone I've looked up to for many years, and his name is Chris Ponsford. He's been around the bazaars and doing magazines and filming since way before I was even born. So it's a privilege to be back out. In the summer, we've done a couple of sessions out course fishing, which Chris is mainly known for, and now we're back out sea fishing. So, my name's Wayne, he is Chris Ponsford, this is the Bristol channel. Well, pretty straightforward stuff. I still had the kit in the van from the other day, so you know how I roll. So I'm going to be using my competition naggers, paired up with my Fathom 15s, old school, magged. How you all doing? Hope you're doing all right, hope you're staying safe. I mean, staying safe again. For me, that was a term that we used quite a lot of times when we had the COVID, even though I've just got a common cold, I promise. I've even done a test because I'm out with Chris. There's quite a lot of COVID around, so you may be cuddled up on your sofa. I don't know if I should say that word on YouTube, probably get taken down. Yeah, you're probably huddled up in bed or maybe not feeling too great, so I hope you feel better soon. There seems to be loads around. So be it, back to the fishing. Yeah, well, we've got 2 hours till high water. It's a 13-metre tide, which is a good one. And the water's going to come right up to the top here and maybe lap on the wall. So we've got a chance. I'm going to continue setting up because you've seen this many times before. I'm going to have a couple of casts, and then my aim today is, firstly, to film and make us a nice video, but mainly get the star on himself, Chris Ponsford. We'll have a little chat with him, see what he's been up to, and hopefully together we can make us a nice film. Don't know if you call it a film. Is it a film? I don't know, I'll work that out. Cheers, everyone. It's windy and raining. Why wouldn't it be? I'm out fishing and trying to film for you. But yeah, it's October now, so you don't really mind it. When it was like July, August, and it was monsoon season for the first time, and snowing and thunder and lightning, and it's a little bit like, but now we're in October, you can do what you want. I'm ready for it. But look, my rigs today, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. If you watched the last video I filmed down here, then shut your eyes, put your fingers in your ears. But what I'm going to do today is fish heavy because I've got a chance of a big conger eel, especially over high water. So what I'm going to do today is use a 7-ounce grip lead to a splashdown, 129 pound rig body, to a bead, a pulley bead, a bead, to a swivel, to 129 pound hook length, which is pretty cool and pretty robust, to a 5/0 circle held with my tubing and a 4/0 J hook. The reason why I'm upping my hook length, last couple of sessions I've been catching quite a few conger, and I know there's some bigger ones around. When I was here a couple of weeks ago, I hooked one and I was using a 90 pound hook length. For you and a lot of you, that's still quite tough. But trying to get a conger in down there, because I've got to jump over these rocks, it was spinning and bit me off. So what I've done is up the ante, upped my hook length. So if I get a decent conger, especially now I've got someone with me, I've got a chance of landing it. So that's it really. So it's a 6 foot or 5.5 foot pulley. Let's show you my bait, shall I? Herring, right bait mackerel, right bait squid. That I've actually used before and it's a little bit pink, but I don't mind that. Look at it out there. It's like chocolate. It adds to the flavour. If I was match fishing today or fishing for bream on the south coast, then yeah, I'd want my squid as white as possible and I'd even take the skin off. Here, it doesn't really matter. They cannot see a centimetre in front of their faces. So it doesn't really matter. I'm sure I've told you this before, whether it's night or day, we've got a chance. So my target species is a thornback ray. You can pretty much get them on any style of fish bait. Caught one. That's my bait. So what I'm going to do is put a whole joey out. Congos love joey, fawnies love joeys, and there is a chance this time of year, not of many, but big bass. There could be a chance. I think that's the wrong one. I've still got my fine elastic from the weekend. There you go, it's better. I've also got some prawns, frozen ones, just to use that really. Chris and I only decided to go last night. Neither of us live anywhere near a tackle shop, so I just raided my freezer. And here we are. Quite a cheap session, apart from the fuel, which I can't do anything about. It's probably cost me a fiver in bait. So you can't beat that for a few hours. We'll probably only get about 4 hours fishing, but we both got work this afternoon, or well, I have. Chris is retired, but as he likes to say, when you're retired or semi-retired, there's always something to do. And one day, I might get there. But spending hours and hours every week filming in the wind and rain, I'm not sure I will. Well, hopefully I will. But there you go, simple stuff, eh? On the bait needle, nice and streamlined. What I like to do, I just do it automatically now without showing you. I snip just below the eyes and then I snip the tail off to stop it spinning in the air, which is, I'm not really casting it a million miles, but I don't want it to spin. Look at that, that's absolutely perfect. And there we go, look. Just like that. Let's get it out. So what I'm going to do today, which I try and tell you to do all the time, but even sometimes I forget, as you know, I like to cast. I tell you all the time, I'm not a superstar, all right? I'm just like you. I just take a camera with me. But I can put a bait out there. Sometimes I get in that mindset of just hitting it, and I see lots of you doing that. And we all kind of do it. It's kind of a penis extension without meaning it to be. If you're a girl, I don't know what it would be. Maybe going up a cup size. I don't know. Having a nice hairdo. Doing your nails. I better not say cup size, I might get in trouble. Yeah. It's a string to your bow. And it can be beneficial. But what you're standing on is a massive feature, especially in the Bristol Channel. The tide is coming towards me. It's not going that way, it's coming in. So all the fish and all the food are getting pushed in just at the bottom of these rocks. So what I'm going to do now, it's a balancing act because I don't want to put one in because I'm not using rotten bottoms. I want to put this bait just on the edge. So I want to put it 50, 60 yards. The next one, I'm going to put a smaller bait on and try and get it out there in the tide. But all I'm trying to say, if you can understand that massive waffle about bigger boobs and bigger penises, which is strange, but that's the way I work, is don't just stick it long. There you go, I could have said that. We got there, didn't we? So I'm just going to give it a little, not a, I'm not sure if you could pick that up on camera, but you could see how streamlined that bait was. Also, as it's a big bait, my lead needs to be heavier to keep it straight. So I'm using an 8-ounce gripper. So that's another tip for you. Especially when you go to Norway, don't think you can cast a 10-ounce bait with a 4-ounce lead. It just won't work. Anyway, wish me luck everyone, we're fishing. What I'm gonna do is when I get the second rod out, we'll go over and I promise you, we'll spend some good time with our good friend here at the Shore Hunter YouTube channel, Mr. Chris Ponsford. Super smooth. Fixed ball down. Chris will be doing much the same as me. One in, one out. I like it, do you? As the kids would say, it's pretty sick, but as I'm a grown-up, it looks half decent. So what I'm going to do with this one is pop it out there a bit. Get a nice squid in the tide. You can see the tide ripping from left to right, which is nice. As I mentioned before, it's a 13-metre tide today, which is good. Not too big, not too small. Hopefully we won't get pestered by weed, but it's just a little social. Meet up with Chris and hopefully get us some fish. Boo, boo, boo. Out she goes. And there we are. We're settled. Chris is just putting his second rod out. Once he gets all settled and relaxed, we'll pop over and annoy him, shall we? No. He spent most of his fishing life with a camera in his face. He's probably the most natural person that I've ever been lucky enough to film with. Well, and Stu. Stu's just Stu, you know? But yeah, Chris is. Just great. Right, I'm gonna bait up a spare rig. Get it ready, just in case. Looks pretty dark over in Wales. Hopefully, we can avoid some of that. But it's a beautiful autumnal day here on the Bristol Channel. And together, hopefully, we should be able to catch a few fish. Let's get you on the mic. So I'm the only one with a mic today. Oh. Because our good friend Stuart, well, we won't go into that.
No, you've had a technical hitch with the mic,
so
yeah?
Stuart had a mic and then he didn't.
I just sort of went...
I don't know. Hello.
Hello, Wayno. Hey, I'm not getting too close to him because he got the cold.
Yeah, I did say to everyone I have done a COVID test, which I don't really do anymore, but because I was coming out with Chris.
He's coming out with a decrepit old pensioner and he thought, I don't want to kill him off. That's
no,
what he really thought.
I don't want to kill you off, no. Of course I don't. But obviously, if you've been following my channel from the very start, you've been there.
I was there early doors, very early doors, wasn't I? In fact, Bream Beach, I think, was the first place we went to, didn't we?
Yeah, that's before I was even filming
Before
myself.
you was even filming yourself, yeah. And he was like, yeah, this lady's right from Traffic Pro. You got to see this. I said, slow down, you're moving too fast.
Yeah, we got there, didn't we?
We got there, but look at you now, you're a bloody megastar now.
No,
10,000
yeah, no,
10,000 subscribers.
No, it's fine, yeah. Well, just like yourself, for people who don't know Chris, you've been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I'd say your asset is you're just yourself.
Yeah.
Would you say that's a good thing?
Yeah, I think that's about right now. You've got to be, haven't you?
Yeah, so coming through the ages, from the magazines and then the writing side, and then to filming, I expect you've seen quite a few people and they try and rush off and run off. And do they fall over?
It can happen, because when I first started, there was no real filming going on, and it was all like magazine stuff, and there was no internet, and there was none of that was their way.
No.
So I was making films with Tom Smith 25 years ago, and but look at it now, you can bring these little GoPros out. We used to come out with cameras, the BBC cameras, they were ex-BBC, they were the size of houses, and the batteries was like, they'd last for about 10 minutes,
Would they,
and on a cold day, you know, and of course it was all on film, and it was like 25-minute film things.
Okay.
So you'd be playing a bit, oh, we just run out of film.
So you couldn't do nothing about
Mate,
it?
it's such a doddle now, isn't it?
I know, it seems straightforward.
You can bring what is really a small piece of kit
on
a wet, windy day, and it doesn't matter.
No, it works.
You know, where me as Tom, we used to have a separate barrow for all the batteries and the cameras and everything, and then one day the barrow thing collapsed on us.
Yeah.
So all the cameras was all over the field. Hey, I'll tell you what, a bit of a fresh wind here. I've just got to quickly blow my nose away now.
That's okay.
But here we are, having another go. It's been great. It's great to come down.
Yeah, we've been out quite a few times together over the year.
Yeah.
We done some sea fishing videos, which you've probably seen, and then we done a course fishing one at Shearwater.
We did.
Which we were kindly invited by Rob Hughes.
We went to another place. We didn't do so good, did we?
Well, this is what I was going to tell people. So when we come out sea fishing, if we blank today, it's not really a problem. Well, it kind of is, but it doesn't really matter.
Well, this is what it is, isn't it?
It's real fishing. When we get invited to go to someone's nice
pond
lake to show it off, and we blank, we can't put it up.
Well, it was to be fair, pretty cold winter's day, wasn't it? And it was a place that's full of fish. But would they bite? No. Would they heck us like, you know? So it is what it is, isn't it? We always have a good day, whatever happens. I'll tell you what, we had a good bite though from that bacon roll, didn't we, that day?
Yeah. So for me, filming, this is what I like to do in my hobby, is you get all what you call your B-roll. So you get, you know, the birds going by, you eating your food.
Yeah, I love me a bit of food.
Yeah, but
I'm on starvation diet today, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Jenny sent me a sandwich today.
I normally get
So we
one.
had this bread, right? And I said, is that posh bread? She said, no, it's ordinary. I said, I'm not having it.
No?
That's it.
Oh, yeah,
you know I'm a fussy devil, aren't I?
You wouldn't tell, but he gets looked after.
Do I?
Yeah. But when we go fishing, not sea fishing so much now, especially around the pond, I flew the drone. I even had a robin land on the camera.
Wow, yeah.
That was strange.
Yeah.
And then we were filming all the ducks. Chris was continuing to fish, and I was getting all the footage done. And then I started fishing with Chris, and we had like.
So don't worry, we'll catch one soon.
We had 6 hours of prime time to catch a few fish, and we both blanked.
Yeah, rubbish.
So when we come off of the lake, I had to delete it all because.
So we made a lovely video that you'll never see. It's all gone.
But sea fishing, you're not advertising someone's pond.
No, and they don't get stocked, do they?
No.
No. And you get no bacon rolls here either.
No.
I know, but it's fresh, the briny, the sea air is beautiful, isn't it?
And that's what we do.
I love it.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you.
So I've got 2 rods in the water, Wayne, with great big baits on.
Yeah.
So it's go big or go home.
Yeah.
That's the crack in it today.
Yeah, big baits, both fishing the same way.
Yeah.
And we're probably only cast.
We've managed to cast it out without getting a bird's nest first cast, so that's quite good, isn't it? That's a result.
That's new for us. Yeah.
It's all good. And I got one fixed spool and one multiplier on today to confuse myself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, my other multiplier needs a bit of a service. It's a little bit wobbly, like, you know.
Okay.
So so it's lovely, isn't it?
So what we're going to do is we'll leave you in peace for a bit. We're going to continue fishing. I'm
Yeah.
probably talking more rubbish.
More rubbish later. Yeah.
And then hopefully when one of us gets into a fish, the other one, because I'm not on my own today, and Chris is very capable of filming. Let me tell you, that's what you do.
Well, I do a bit, but
yeah. So we should get some good
let's
footage.
hope for the best then.
Yeah, hopefully we get a few bites and we can help each other out.
Sounds good to me, bud.
I'm not sure if you can hear me, everyone, because I'm quite far away from my camera and I'm only using the GoPro today. Oh, I got a ray. I got a ray. Good start. It's just gone down. Oh, I got a load of weed on as well. No, you're right. Yeah, I'll get it. I want to get it up on top again, but it's... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. Wish the weed would piss off. Yeah, now I'm stuck in. Ah.
Heading up the west coast in the morning to find a place where no one knows our faces or our names. If we don't leave now, we might never make it out alive. Plans are changing, rearranging all the time. So come away with me, let's break free.
And there we go, everyone. First cast on that whole mackerel bait. He's absolutely nailed that.
Whoa, what a man you are. What a beautiful.
And there you go, there's a nice fawny, everyone. I'll sort this fish out and I'll come back to you and show you it, but look at that. He's absolutely nailed that mackerel bait. So what rays are able to do is just regurgitate all their food. When they need to, they can empty their stomach, and look at that. It's a peeler crab and loads of prawns. So it proves this fish has been happy out there munching away. But there you go, everyone. That is a beautiful form back here on the beautiful Bristol channel. I said it twice, so it must be beautiful. Well, that was a nice start. Oh, it's tiring. I had loads of weed on my line, so I was monitoring it anyway, and that's why I didn't take you with me. I picked the rod up because it went slack, thinking it was a weed. When I leant into it, the rod just pulled down. But that was a beautiful fish, just under 10 pound, and a target species. Well early as well. We've been fishing for 10 minutes, you know, which is good. Signs are good, but as I tell you all the time, when I fish these areas, first cast and last cast are key. And that's exactly why. That was probably only in 3-4 foot of water there. And as you can see, that formback was rammed full of prawns and crab. So it must have been in on that first couple of waves, gorging out on naturals. And there we are. Same place again. And that was the rod in close, just like that one. Well, that was a good start. Straight on the fish. So what I'm going to do now is mix it up a bit. I've got double king prawn, look at that. Now to be fair, we should be eating that, not putting it out as bait, but look at that. Whoa. Hopefully there's a nice bass or an early codling. I've seen a few about, so this year could be a good year. But I'm not cod fishing. But if I put a prawn bait out, as you've just seen, that ray just spewed up about 20 prawns. Smaller ones in them, but they're obviously eating them. And there's prawns in the water, and that's why I brought prawns with me. As we do, and as we say, it's matching the hatch. I'll keep fishing. I'll give it 5 minutes and wind the first rod in that I've not recast. And we'll just keep doing that every 20 minutes until the tide comes in, goes back out, and it's time for us to go home. But I'm sure between us, we should get a little bit more action, and if we do, you will be the first people to know about it. Right, so I've just gone to change a bait on this one, and I could have another fish. Sometimes the rays don't really run. Take your bait and sit on it, and I think I might be into another one. This could be number 2. Wow. Yeah, it is. I got it up on top. Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, mate, I can see it out there.
Yeah, it's gone. There it is. Pick.
Oh, you're on fire.
It's the second one. 2 fish on the first cast. Oh. This one's going deep. Got to surf it in again. Just got to not stop now. Just try and take me in that. One's going mad.
Look at you, man.
Try and keep it up. If I give you that.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
if you hold it tight.
Yeah, I got it.
And there we go, everyone. There's number 2. She's a little bit smaller, but she's a target species. Both rods are gone on the first cast. You can't beat that.
Amazing, mate. Well done.
It's number 2. A lovely female thornback ray. That's 1 on each rod on the first cast. But look, I'm going to get her back, but we'll keep fishing and hopefully I can get us a few more fish.
Sun's out now. The light is absolutely beautiful. I love this. The wind is bracing in your face. Love it. We just had an argument, well, we didn't have an argument, we had a discussion, me and Wayne, about whether it was westerly, southwesterly, bit of both. We decided it's a bit of both anyway. But it's a nice fresh day. Then we had a discussion about what's over the other side. Is it Cardiff, is it Newport, is it Barry? Anyway, Wayne got his newfangled phone out and he nailed it. He had it absolutely spot on. Well, so far, I haven't caught anything yet, but Wayne has caught 2 beauties and I'm really pleased about that. And my tips are sat here. There's a bit of weed just gone through. I've got great big baits on. So go large, go big, go home. Might have a Mackie D's on the way home, might be my best bite of the day. But yeah, pulley rigs on, whole fish, double squid on the other, 4-0 hooks, proper job, pulley rigs, about 6-7 ounce leads. And it's a nice tide, it's a nice gentle tide that's just coming up nice and steady. But then when it drops off, we don't get too long on here because we'll just be getting into the rocks then. So anyway, we'll see how we get on, and if we catch anything more, we'll come back to you.
So what we've got here is a whole joey. We're just at the top of tide, and as I say to you every time, now I've definitely got a chance of a conger eel. What I'm going to do is put it out there, give it a little tickle, and see how we get on. Get it out there, shall we? It's a nice day now. The wind's up, but the sun's shining, and we're on the fish. It's quite heavy, that. That's 8 ounces in a whole mackerel. That hurt my arms. I'm not gonna lie. As night follows day, the tide comes in and goes out. As you can see, Chris is winding in now. That last little bit's murder, especially if you get a fish now. It's pretty risky getting your kit back. So what I'm going to do, the rocks are up, let's wind my kit in, we'll bring you back, do a little outro, and then we are going to get some food. Yeah, so we've just remembered, or I have just remembered a word from that pandemic, social distancing.
Mate.
Can you remember that?
I do remember it.
Yeah, I know.
ain't going near you, boy.
I've only got a cold. I've done a test, but we're all right. But well, we're gonna go and get some lunch. We're gonna sit at other ends of the restaurant.
Every time, mate. Every
Yeah,
time.
like Putin when he had his meeting.
Ah, no, I think he's got it right, hasn't he? Massive table, sat at the end there, and I just wish, well, we won't talk about
that, the C word,
No.
the COVID word, or Putin.
No.
Probably take this video down.
Definitely not, not. I'll tell you what, it's been amazing. I've really loved it today. Wayne's brought us down here and we've had a great time. We had a lovely couple of fish. I was really thrilled to see them.
Yeah.
We fished pretty good, to be fair. No blow-ups, no hassles. The baits have been great. They've been coming back unmarked, haven't they?
Yeah, we
Wayne?
like that, yeah.
And we're now having a go now because it's hitting the Ricky Rocks, isn't it? So, but well done, Wayne. You've done good, haven't you?
No, it's been okay, mate. Yeah, look, you fished exactly the same.
But it's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, it's
We
getting
don't
out,
care.
having the crack and enjoying the sea air and then
Yeah,
home, James.
We don't really care, do we?
We don't care, to be honest with you. I've been doing this game long enough to not worry about it anymore.
I know,
you know, whether you blank, whether you get some fish, it's all great, you know.
It's just nice to be out. Like I say to people on my channel, it's about getting out, making a plan. So I rang you up, Chris, we need to go. Yeah. Come down, sort your bait out.
That's right.
It gives you something to do, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Wayne sorted my bait out for me because where I live up the Midlands, it's a long way away from shops and things.
But we made a plan.
I was carp fishing, wasn't I, yesterday, catching a few carp on the tip, and Wayne rings me, said, well, what I'm really ringing you about is go and have a day sea fishing. I said, I'm there, boy, I'm there.
Yeah, we've come down and we've done exactly what we said we wanted to do.
Yeah, and you've got some lovely footage for the channel. You can see how he's done it, and pucker.
Anyway, thanks
Chris. Very much, Wayno, and boom.
Right, thanks everyone, we'll see you again. We'll see you next year. We're going to do a lot more. We always do, don't we?
It's always nice to come.
You're just busy this time of year doing stuff outside of fishing, so you do your hill climbing commentary.
I do, and all that stuff,
So you're busy this time of year?
Yeah, but that's all coming to an end now, so that's why I'm getting out doing more of the other fishing at the minute, you know. And something stops, something else goes on, doesn't it?
Good, mate. Well,
that's the way it is.
We'll see you soon. Cheers, mate.
It, buddy.
Cheers, everyone. See you later.